Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Karen, and on my channel I help you bridge the gap between the English that you learn in the classroom and the English that's actually used in real life. Today I have another listening practice video for you. I know you like my listening practice videos, so I have another one for you today. We're going to be listening to a conversation between a man and a woman, and I have 3 questions for you. Who is Shannon? What did she do? And when did she do this? I'll play the file 4 times for you as per usual. The first time at normal speed, the second and third times at a slightly slower speed, and then one more time at the normal speed again. And then afterwards, we can talk about a few things that they say today. Okay, let's go.
I just flew in. Shannon texted me, told me that Bill had passed.
Your sister messaged you.
A week or so ago. I was hoping she might be here.
Didn't know you two were so chatty.
Well, I'm sorry about Granddad. Did you two kiss and make up
Not
before
quite.
he... I just flew in. Shannon texted me, told me that Bill had passed.
Your sister messaged you.
A week or so ago. I was hoping she might be here.
Didn't know you two were so chatty.
Well, I'm sorry about Granddad. Did you two kiss and make up
Not
before
quite.
he... I just flew in. Shannon texted me, told me that Bill had passed.
Your sister messaged you.
A week or so ago. I was hoping she might be here.
Didn't know you two were so chatty.
Well, I'm sorry about Granddad. Did you two kiss and make up
Not
before
quite.
he... I just flew in. Shannon texted me, told me that Bill had passed.
Your sister messaged you.
A week or so ago. I was hoping she might be here.
Didn't know you two were so chatty.
Well, I'm sorry about Granddad. Did you two kiss and make up
Not
before
quite.
he...
I just flew in. Shannon texted me, told me that Bill had passed. Your sister messaged you? A week or so ago. I was hoping she might be here. Didn't know you two were so chatty. Well, I'm sorry about Granddad. Did you two kiss and make up before he... Not quite. Now let's talk about a few things that they said. The first thing that he said was, I just flew in.
I just flew in.
To fly in means to arrive somewhere by plane, and it has the word in. So we're talking about coming in, not going out. So if you're leaving to go somewhere by plane, we say flying out. So he just flew in. So he just arrived by plane from somewhere. He might be living overseas or in a different city or state, and he flew to get to the place where he is now. So I wonder when he will be flying out, when he leaves by plane to go back home.
I just flew in.
The next thing that he said was, Shannon texted me, told me that Bill had passed.
Shannon texted me, told me that Bill had passed.
To pass or to pass away is just a polite way of saying that someone has died, because people don't want to say die, which can sound quite harsh. It doesn't sound very nice, especially when you're talking about people or pets, and especially loved ones. We talked about this in a recent video, if you remember. I'll put a link to that video up here. I'm pretty sure it's up here. I still can't remember after all these videos. I'll put a link up here if you want to watch it again or if you haven't seen it yet. So here, Bill passed away. Bill died.
Shannon texted me, told me that Bill had passed.
Then the woman said, your sister messaged you?
Your sister messaged you.
So that's the answer to my first 2 questions today. Who is Shannon? Shannon is the man's sister. And what did she do? She texted him. And what did he say next? A week or so ago, I was hoping she might be here.
A week or so ago. I was hoping she might be here.
So that's the answer to my third question today. When did she do this? When did she text him? A week or so ago.
A week or so ago. I was hoping she might be here.
And then the woman said, didn't know you two were so chatty.
Didn't know you two were so chatty.
Chatty. This is a good word to describe people who like to talk a lot. They're very friendly. They like to tell you stories. They have a lot of things to say. So you might have a lot of friends who are very chatty. It seems like they can't stop talking about things that are happening in their lives. My mum is very chatty, which I've mentioned in a few of my videos here. Do you think you're a chatty person? Let me know in the comments below. Here, the woman is talking about the brother and sister being very chatty. She didn't know that the brother and sister talked a lot, that they shared stories with one another about their lives on a regular basis. So they talked to each other quite regularly, quite often, and the woman didn't know that. Didn't know you two were so chatty.
Didn't know you two were so chatty.
And then the man said, well, I'm sorry about Grandad. Did you two kiss and make up before he...
I'm sorry about Grandad. Did you two kiss and make up
Not
before
quite.
he...
To kiss and make up. This is an idiom, and it just means that you are arguing with someone and then you eventually talked about the problem and now you've solved the problem and you're both okay now. You're friends again. So this can be an actual kiss between a couple, but it doesn't have to be. It can be two people who had an argument, they talked about the problem, and now they're okay again. This feels informal, and because it has the word kiss in it, it can sound funny depending on the situation, who's saying it, and who they're talking about.
I'm sorry about Grandad. Did you two kiss and make up
Not
before
quite.
he...
Okay, let's listen to the next part of the conversation.
How long are you here for?
Couple of weeks. So we Shannon around?
Haven't seen her for months. Maybe she'll grace us with her presence at the wake. How long are you here for?
Couple of weeks. So we Shannon around?
Haven't seen her for months. Maybe she'll grace us with her presence at the wake. How long are you here for?
Couple of weeks. So we Shannon around?
Haven't seen her for months. Maybe she'll grace us with her presence at the wake. How long are you here for?
Couple of weeks. So we Shannon around?
Haven't seen her for months. Maybe she'll grace us with her presence at the wake.
How long are you here for? A couple of weeks. So is Shannon around? Haven't seen her for months. Maybe she'll grace us with her presence at the wake. The next thing that she said was, how long are you here for?
How long are you here for?
How long are you here for? I've noticed that a few people find it quite difficult to understand this. It might be the words how long that are used here. Long here means the amount of time, not distance. And maybe that's why it confuses some people. So this actually means, for what amount of time will you be here?
How long are you here for?
And then the woman said, maybe she'll grace us with her presence at the wake.
Maybe she'll grace us with her presence at the wake.
To grace somebody with your presence is another idiom. If you grace someone with your presence, it means that you're making people happy by coming to their party or event. Now, this idiom is interesting because you can sound either very formal and polite, like you're talking about the king gracing us with his presence, or you can sound very funny. For example, you're talking about your friend who finally turned up to your party, but he was 2 hours late. Thank you for gracing us with your presence tonight, Pete. Now, because we're not usually in formal situations where we're talking about the king or the president or anyone like that, when you hear this idiom, people are usually being funny, like with my earlier example about your friend Pete being 2 hours late to your party. And a wake is when family and friends of the person who just passed, when they go to the person's house, they say hi to the family members and to remember the person who has just passed away. And this usually happens just before the funeral, when they bury the person underground, or maybe they're cremating the body, which is the word that's used when we're burning the dead person's body.
Maybe she'll grace us with her presence at the wake.
And one other thing I wanted to point out today, something that I wanted to show you in case you didn't notice it, is how they said things today. Told me that Bill had passed. Didn't know you two were so chatty. Haven't seen her for months. They left out, they didn't include who they were talking about. She told me. I didn't know. I haven't seen her. This is quite common in everyday casual conversations when we're talking to family or friends, when it's obvious who you're talking about. This tends to happen in very casual conversations when people are relaxed or they know the people they're talking to really well, like family or good friends. So the two people in today's listening practice must know each other well, and I'm guessing that they could be family.
I just flew in. Shannon texted me. Told me that Bill had passed.
Your sister messaged you.
A week or so ago. I was hoping she might be here.
Didn't know you two were so chatty.
Well, I'm sorry about Granddad. Did you two kiss and make up
Not
before
quite.
he...
Okay, we learnt some difficult words today, and we also talked about a few idioms. So I hope you learnt a lot in today's listening practice. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Let's listen to this part of their conversation one more time at the normal speed.
How long are you here for?
Couple of weeks. So is Shannon around?
Haven't seen her for months. Maybe she'll grace us with her presence at the wake.
Don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to get more videos like this one. Thank you for watching today. Keep practicing, and I shall see you in my next video. Bye. And I feel like I'm losing my voice again. Maybe I need to drink some more water. I feel like being a cat. Just like gouge your eyes out with my claws. Was that really fast? Did I talk really fast just then? Maybe I should do a second take. Yes, I already know what I'm going to have for lunch, which means I have to walk all the way down there. Ugh. I said burying, didn't I? I meant burning. Damn.